So the highly anticipated Glock 44 was just released, and it's already had a ton of problems. So as I'm sure most of you know, Glock just launched the 22 long rifle Glock 44, and I gotta be honest, I was actually excited for this pistol because I've been waiting forever for Glock to release like a factory 22. There's been conversion kits and stuff like that, but nothing straight from them. And I know a lot of people could kind of care less about the 22, but I actually like 22 caliber pistols a lot. They're just super fun to shoot. Plus, with the reputation Glock has, I assumed it would be one of the more reliable 22 pistols out there because the 22 is kind of a finicky cartridge anyway. But if what I'm hearing on the internet is true, then this thing has not had a very successful launch. So I don't know what's been going on, but it seems like all these reputable companies like Sig Sauer, Glock, Colt, these new handguns they've been releasing over the last couple years have just not done very well. Like maybe they're not testing them as well as they should be or something. Sig hasn't had a good release in a couple years, and they just seem to keep flubbing it. Glock hasn't had too many problems. I know with the Gen 4s, they were having like erratic ejection or something, but that's nothing compared to what's going on with these Glock 44s. So Tim from the Military Arms channel has been posting stuff to his Instagram page. By the way, if you aren't subscribed to Tim's YouTube channel, you definitely should be. I'm sure most of you are. He's got like 1 million subscribers, but he's really honest about this kind of stuff. And if I'm ever thinking about getting a new gun or anything like that, I'll go to his channel to see if he's done a video on it. He's really on top of it, and he doesn't take money or guns from companies because he likes to be honest in his videos, and I respect that. But I'll try to run some of this stuff in over the top of the video, but he's been posting pictures and videos to his Instagram page from people, you know, all over the internet who have had basically slides cracking and breaking on them on these brand new Glock 44s. So a couple of them didn't seem too severe. They were just small cracks kind of running along the side of the slide. But there was one video that I saw that really freaked me out, and that's kind of what made me come out here and do this video. So in one of the videos, it looked like the guy was kind of rapid firing the gun, and the slide just randomly exploded in his hand. I couldn't tell if the gun didn't go all the way back into battery or if it did and it just exploded when he shot that round. But either way, it's not good. If the slide's not all the way home, the trigger shouldn't be able to set that round off, and if it is, then the slide shouldn't be blowing up. So you could tell he was pretty freaked out by it, and I would be too. That's definitely scary to have a gun explode in your hand like that. And like I said, with a reputation Glock has, you would think that their guns would be something you could trust and definitely not have, you know, stuff explode like that. So if any of you guys are thinking about getting one of these guns, just keep that in mind. I definitely will be getting one, but I'm probably gonna wait a little bit. Anymore, that's what I do. If I'm, you know, looking at a handgun specifically, I usually wait and let other people test them out and, you know, let the big YouTubers get their hands on them and stuff like that and see if they're having any problems, because it just seems like here lately companies have not had like good first generation releases on these new handguns. And now with the Glock 44, we're seeing the same thing, except this seems to be even a little more serious because, like I said, anything exploding in your hand like that is really scary and could actually injure you. So if you have one or you've got one ordered, just wear eye protection and stuff like that, and let me know in the comments if you guys have had any experience with these and if yours are working well or if you've had issues or anything like that. Tim said he's getting his in the mail soon, and he's obviously going to test the crap out of it and let us all know on his YouTube channel how it does, which I'm curious to see. And I'm kind of curious to see how Glock responds to this too, because they obviously have to make it right. One thing I will say is Glocks are obviously really reliable, and I think they do take pride in the quality and like the reliability and durability of their pistols. Although I will admit, as a company, they're kind of stuck in the mud and they don't really listen to what their customers want. But as far as their guns working, I would put them up there at the top of the list with any handgun out there. They just are super reliable, and you guys know I have a couple Glocks that have tens of thousands of rounds through them, and I've never had any problems with any of them. So I expected the same out of a 22, but it does look like that this Glock 44 is not made the same as the other Glocks, and this is really going to bring out some haters when they get a hold of this online, because I already get comments about Glocks being like plastic pieces of junk and stuff like that. I'm sure you guys have seen them too. I've even got comments so stupid that people have said my gel test results would be better if I didn't use a Glock because the Glocks are plastic pieces of crap. So like if a round doesn't do well in ballistics gel or something like that, I've had people blame it on the crappy plastic Glock. So that's obviously silly. But with these Glock 44s, I actually do think that the slide is either partially plastic or maybe all the way plastic, and that seems to be maybe part of what's causing this problem. Obviously with normal Glocks, all the important parts are metal. The barrel's metal, the slides are, you know, fully metal. It's just the frame that's polymer. But with the 22, I do think that it's like maybe a polymer steel hybrid material. And so far, it doesn't look like it's doing very well. Now, again, this could just be like 1 or 2 guns out of a million that are out there. And if that's the case, then it's obviously not a common problem. But either way, it's important to be aware of it, and obviously just be careful if you've got one or you plan on getting one. So I'm just gonna sit back and let this whole thing play out, and then whenever they fix these problems, I'll probably get one to have on the channel and make some videos with it for you guys. But after seeing all this stuff on Instagram and YouTube, it kind of gave me the idea to bring something out here that we haven't had out in quite a while, and it's obviously related to this, and it's really cool, and I think some of you guys who might be looking forward to the 22 caliber Glocks will find this pretty interesting. So I'm gonna set you guys up on the tripod here. So this is my Glock 17. This is a full-size 9mm Glock. You guys know this gun very well if you watch the videos. It's probably my favorite handgun to shoot. It's the one I use for all my gel tests, and it's just always been really reliable. It's got probably 15,000 rounds through it, and it's never really had a problem. So I love it. But we actually don't have the 9mm barrel in this pistol right now, and this is kind of what gave me the idea for the video. So 7 or 8 months ago, Turtle Lake Tactical reached out to me, who helped me out tremendously over the last year or so, but he reached out to me and offered to send me a conversion barrel for my Glock 17 that would convert this into a 22 caliber pistol. And I'd actually never even heard of the caliber until he sent me this barrel. So this is the package it came in. Obviously it's in the gun right now, so this is empty. But there is the caliber, the 22 TCM 9R, and I had never even heard of this until he sent it to me. And when I made the video back when he sent it, a lot of you guys hadn't heard of it either, and it's actually really cool. So this is what the bullets look like, or the rounds look like, I should say. A lot of you guys get mad at me when I say bullets, but you can see it's an odd looking one. It's, I believe, a 5.56 shell casing that's cut down to fit in these 9mm magazines, and then obviously we have a 22 caliber hollow point bullet right there as well. So like I said, you don't need new mags. These do fit in the 9mm magazines, and because it's a conversion barrel, it's obviously a lot cheaper than buying a whole new gun. So it's no 22 long rifle. There's a lot of differences. The 22 TCM is way more powerful, and there's not going to be nearly as many ammo options. The 22 long rifle just has endless options, and it's like 5 cents a round or whatever. The 22 TCM is a little more expensive, and there's hardly any options for it, but it's super powerful, super effective, and I believe this barrel's like 120 bucks, so quite a bit cheaper than buying a brand new gun as well. And since there's all this drama going on with the Glock 44, I thought I'd remind you guys that if you're gonna wait like I am, the 22 TCM conversion barrels are out there, and they're a lot of fun. So we're just gonna shoot this thing at the steel down there and see how it does. So if I remember correctly, these things are pretty loud, but don't really have a ton of recoil. Like I said, it's been a while since I've shot this, so. Oh yeah. That thing is a cannon. I don't think I had my ear pro on quite all the way. I got a beanie on, so there's kind of a separation there. That is loud. All right, we got another magazine. All right, number 2. Locks the slide back and works just fine. So I'm not gonna shoot it too much more. I really don't have too much more ammo, but this is the ammo I was using, by the way. It is the Armscore 22 TCM 9R. It is a 39 grain jacketed hollow point. I think there's only like 2 or 3 options for ammo with the 22 TCM, but in my last video, if you haven't seen it, I'll try to link it at the top of the screen. It was really impressive how these bullets performed on everything we shot them with. I mean, they are screaming fast, really powerful, And as you saw, not nearly as much recoil as like a 9mm, although those fireballs were pretty crazy. I think it's got a pretty good blast on it for a 22 caliber pistol. Definitely a lot more than a 22 long rifle. So I know it's kind of apples and oranges, and if you want a 22 long rifle, you probably want a 22 long rifle, not something like this. But with everything going on with the Glock 44 release, I figured I'd make a video kind of reminding you guys that this caliber is out there and it's actually a blast to shoot. Plus, if you're like me and you don't like waiting, maybe this would be something that you'd be interested in buying while Glock, you know, figures out their whole situation with the Glock 44. So if you are interested in buying it, I know Turtle Lake Tactical does sell these, and like I said, I think they're like 120 or 130 bucks. Definitely cheaper than a brand new gun, and I don't think you'll regret it. I think they're a lot of fun, and this is definitely a fun caliber to shoot. So let me know in the comments if you like this video. Also let me know in the comments how you feel about this whole Glock thing. I kind of had a feeling something like this was going to happen, just because they changed the design of the gun so much that usually on the first attempt, that's not good. So let me know in the comments how you feel about it, guys. If you liked the video, please hit that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.